Hi everybody, how are you this week? For me, it's been a pretty busy one. I haven't even got around to working out, which I always manage to find the time for. Besides that, the weather's been acting pretty crazy. Even though this happens about every year here, I always fall for it. So in March, at the end of the winter season, there comes a heat wave just like summer is here, but it is always followed up by the rainy spring season and temperatures start to drop again before they finally pick up in mid-May. Getting back to work, I have been up to my knees in tasks at work, so I barely found the time to progress on my stock market web application. I was, however, able to create the custom percentage Angular component that can now calculate the percentage returned by a certain stock symbol for a custom period, as well as a whole new component regarding dividends. If you remember, the backend API I created and exposed that WebScrape's financial sites already had an endpoint made. It was an older project of mine. And that endpoint, well, it took a stock and retrieved all the dividend data it had for it. It includes ex-dividend dates, amounts paid, as well as payment dates. To easier parse the subject I was receiving from my dividend endpoint, I created a dividend model class with all of the matching fields. Next, I exported it and referenced it in the observable return type of the service method responsible for the call. Now, I created a getDividend component in my Angular frontend that calls this endpoint and shows up all these paid dividends in a table made prettier using Tailwind. Again, this child component is called from the main parent component and takes an input parameter of type dividend model array that gets populated from my API, and it will be displayed in the table using ngFor. Today I thought it was finally time to get some exercise in, but not before a little snack. I don't like training on an empty stomach. If I have some healthy nutrients for my body to consume while I work out, I feel I progress much faster. I went for a little bite with some strawberries as well as some unprocessed nuts. As it was already about 12:30 at this point, I rushed to the kitchen to make some coffee. If I don't have time, I skip the pre-wetting of the filter and the blooming as well. This was exactly the case, so moving forward I started a little warm-up. I am still following the full body workouts I was talking to you about in the previous episodes, but I tried to film for you some different movements. Here are some pull-ups that I increased the speed on after the first rep because they take a while to be done. The second exercise is very good for the brachialis part of the bicep, which is on the side of the arm. Also did some squats for the legs, trying to not bend my spine while lowering, and some chin-ups again for the back as well as for the biceps. A recurring thought I am having is that you don't need a gym membership to work out. If you master the form of these basic bodyweight exercises, you can get so much out of them. And being creative helps you even further. For example, this is an improvisation I made to mimic the incline dumbbell work you would do at a proper gym. If you get creative enough, you can easily work out from home with a smaller budget, in my opinion. After the workout, I enjoyed some pasta for dinner. They were cooked with some tomato sauce, mushrooms, Parmesan cheese, as well as olive oil, garlic, and onions. And this was all about my day. How was yours? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode, as I'll make many others just like it. Cheers!